Yes, God, honey. Welcome to Guest Bitch TV, honey. I definitely appreciate you guys joining me this evening. Yes, me and the crew have something special for you all. Let's just go ahead and get into the panel members real quick, honey. I want to introduce the beautiful Ebby Reviews. Yes, God.
Hey everybody.
The talented, funny, the one that'll read for filth in an instance. L Teddy 27 official.
Me? Read? What up, what up, what up, people? Me? Never that.
You gonna stop with this
Queen,
false narrative.
the Queen of Queens, honey. Yes, God. We have really BTV coming through.
Hey.
Another wonderful special panelist that we have for you all today, giving you all things real and tea, honey. Yes, God.
Yes, God was good, y'all.
In the
Wow.
moment,
He taking shots. Jesus Christ already.
It's my
Good
birthday,
God.
baby.
right,
It's
honey.
my birthday. I'm taking shots.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday.
Happy
Birthday.
birthday.
Everybody in the chat, make sure that you
you.
support giving you the real tea. This is birthday, honey. Drop your cash app and stuff, honey. Let's go ahead. Let's put on one of those little parties.
Yeah,
Girl,
go.
the top.
You
Yeah,
never
yeah,
get
yeah.
Yes.
that.
Happy birthday,
Throw it in the
boo.
chat, honey. Go ahead and support. Give me the real tea, honey. Go ahead. And now the moment we are all gathered here for, honey, yes, God, the wonderful, the talented, the amazing, the fabulous, honey, the fabulous
Yes.
Dior from Chasing Atlanta, also known as King Beautiful, honey.
No, it's Chasing Dallas.
I'm from Chasing Dallas. How
What
y'all
did I
doing?
say?
You said Chasing Atlanta.
I don't know why the fuck I keep thinking. I did that last time too. Like I don't know why I keep thinking Atlanta. My apologies. Chasing Dallas, season 2, honey. We have King Beautiful, also known as
How y'all
Dior.
doing?
Welcome, honey. Welcome. How are you?
I'm doing well.
That's good. You look well. You look wealthy. Yes, God.
Okay,
Oh,
speak that into existence.
Mm.
Praise God.
Now, we know that the main reason that we're gathered here, obviously, we've had some recent things take place over the past week in light of the episode that was aired last Thursday. But before we go there, while we have you, before I get into all of that drama and things of that nature, I like to give the guests an opportunity to speak on themselves, before you got to the show. So if you don't mind, give us a little history on Dior.
Okay, well, I'm Dior. I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've been in Dallas since like 2008. I'm a hairstylist. I'm a choreographer. I'm a role model. I'm just basically all around visual artist. I model, I dance, I draw, I do anything that's with do with art.
Do you do porn?
I'm sorry.
Don't pay him no mind. Don't.
Do you do
Yes or
porn?
no? Because if you do, I would not mind seeing the baby. No, I don't do
Oh my
anything.
God.
That's
Damn
not my forte.
Damn.
We don't went off that fast.
0.2 seconds.
I'm a Capricorn.
You're a
Me
Capricorn.
too.
Shouts out Capricorn. Yes.
yes. And I'm just a all around nice person. Period.
And now, being involved in the hair industry, how long have you been doing that?
Well, if you want to count, well, I always say my mother made me start charging at the age of 12, but I was doing it before.
Damn right.
So I've been basically doing it all my life, but it's always been my second plan. Cause my first plan has always been dancing. But when I moved to Dallas, the dancing thing didn't go as well as it did back at home. So I just, took up the hair stuff, I'm good at that too. So.
Now, getting into a little bit of a little backstory that we got about you on the show, and one of the episodes I really appreciate is the situation with your father. And a lot of people, especially in the Black LGBT QI plus, whatever the rest of the letters are, child, we can definitely relate to that story. So how was it difficult for you to come on and be vulnerable like that for people you don't really know?
I think the hardest part was me watching it back. Like while I was, talking about it there with my best friend. I mean, it was just like the cameras and stuff wasn't there, so it was just me thinking about, okay, this is gonna air on this next episode. How it's gonna look, and that was the scariest part about it.
And that experience, I bet in a way has kind of shaped the person you are today, because seeing you in that scene, it's almost like it just happened. So, I definitely can identify with certain types of trauma like that, where it's just like you feel like it just happened yesterday. And I
Right.
don't think a lot of people really understood that because they don't realize that trauma follows you throughout the rest of your life. So,
Right.
do you think that that experience impacted you negatively or positively or both?
Um, I would probably say both, because sometimes so I have a trust issue when it comes to men, period.
Mm,
Like my mother was always been there, so I love women. I love women. I can trust a woman faster than I can trust a man. So I think that would be the negative part about it. But the best part about it would be probably, I made sure that I did not go down the same road that my father did, or do none of the stuff that he's done. So that would be the positive part about it.
I definitely can identify with that because I think it really certain traumas can mess up how you forge relationships with people,
Hmm.
whether it be friends or lovers or just anybody for that matter.
Right.
Um, do you think that kind of coincides with your reactions to a bunch of stuff that we've seen so far on this show?
Um, no, I don't think so. Um, no, I don't. No, I don't think that coincides with none of my actions. I mean, it. No.
Okay. Now, getting into the show, and I don't want to take from the panel members, but I
Okay,
wanted
because
to,
we ain't getting no
I
questions
wanted
here.
to, I wanted to, I wanted, I
Girl.
like, I like to ease into, ease into situations.
Okay.
Um, in light of what we have seen in the past episode and the obvious interviews that have been taking place, I did want to give you a space for you to speak because I don't think you had an opportunity. You tried, and they didn't really give you the full opportunity.
Well, I have had multiple opportunities to do interviews with folks and talk about it or whatever, and I've been like really trying to like not deal with it because I had other stuff going on in my life, so that wasn't really important to me to kind of like clap back at somebody who's saying something or try to defend my character because people who knows me knows my character. So it was just like at that time I wasn't really worried about it. But now it's like when I see certain stuff or people saying certain things, I just be like, somebody got to tell the truth somewhere. So I was just like, you know what, let me start doing these interviews and let me start speaking up, what I'm saying, because I'm not going to go on my own social media platform and talk about other people, and that's not what I do anyways. It's just talk about other people just randomly. So it was just like a give or take, I guess.
Okay. Now I'm gonna give it to the panel. I know y'all ready. Whoever would like to begin first.
I just have one question.
Oh,
Just
go
one
ahead, Abby.
question.
No, go
Dior,
ahead.
baby, why are you late to everything? What is
um
happening?
He was on time today,
let
honey.
me
Yes, God.
let me be completely honest. Like, a lot of time when we're scheduled to film something or to be somewhere, I'm normally in this room right here doing hair. So it's like sometimes clients change their mind on what they want done at the time, or sometimes the hairstyle takes longer because I do everything. I'm not just a one note hairstylist. So, I might be still working on some box braids, not thinking that it's going to take longer than what I'm thinking it's going to take. So, most of the time, I'm late because I'm working, making money. That's all.
Okay.
It's not on purpose. It's not me trying to be a diva or me trying to be fashionably late. It's just that I'm working.
Okay. I take that because I'm always at work, so I understand.
Yeah, I
I
gotta make
just
that
worked
money.
out. Go ahead, really be. Yeah.
Well, no, I was just gonna say, you said that you wanted to tell the truth. So I guess I would just like to hear what, from your perspective, the situation, like where did it start? Because is that me?
I think so.
Yeah, echoing.
Is that me echoing?
I don't hear an echo.
Not now.
All right. Let me move all this stuff out of the way. I was just gonna say, as far as the situation leading up to the skirmish, the night of the skirmish, the way the skirmish has been portrayed. I know that's a lot, but I mean, could you just kind of, I guess, give us a synopsis of from your perspective, what happened, what went down?
Okay, well, dang. Because it kind of started like right when we signed on, so it's like a lot.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, well, Trey Howard, which is my child, um, in 2017, him and Trey Womack had an issue or whatever, but that was in 2017. So it was like to us, gone, brushed under the rug. There was no more issue. But soon as we signed on to the show, there was off the record conversations being said
Mhm.
by, I'm not gonna say the P word, I'm gonna say by them because they have an issue with us saying the P word. So I'm gonna say by
Production.
them. And yeah. So it would be like, well, such and such said blah blah blah, or such and such said blah blah blah. And we'd be like, once they told me that he had said that I could not do hair, I already knew that it was a lie. So at that point, when I was like, okay, since they making up lies, I'm gonna start recording every conversation that we have because they're trying to say, oh, we didn't say that.
Okay.
So
That's
I mean, I have multiple recordings from all the conversations because I don't like to be no one try to tell me that I'm a liar for one, and I know other people don't like that either. Okay, so fast forward. Trey Howard was supposed to have been signed, contracted, whatever, but they kept putting him off as like saying, we can't have you sign the contract because of the girls is going to get going to be upset or shady or blah blah blah. But in the contract, it also says a contracted member cannot hit another contracted member on the cast, which means, oh, but you can hit a contracted member's friend that's not contracted. That makes sense? Y'all following me?
Yes.
So what
So like I'm saying, I'm a cast
but
member, you a
that was
cast
something that
member.
they kept stressing. Like that was something they kept making a point of saying.
That was just said in the time when we were signing the contract.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So if you bring your friend with you, if you want to fight somebody and their friend is not contracted, you can fight them. That was what was told us during the signing.
Got you.
And I was just like, well, I ain't doing no fighting, so I ain't worried about nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? And exactly. So fast forward, I guess, it kept being some he say, she say going on, and then the trailer drops. So when the trailer drops, they send us the email, and it's like 24 seconds long. And it's like, have y'all seen the trailer? Did y'all see the trailer before the show came out?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did.
And it was like so much going on in the trailer. I had to watch it 4 or 5 times, and I'm actually in it, so I had to watch it 4 or 5 times to watch. I was like, damn, they stuff a lot of shit up in there. But when my child commented stuff, nothing in my mind caused that he was talking about somebody on the show, but there was nobody name tagged. He just said stuffed. So
Right.
I didn't know who he was talking about. So only way I found out who he was talking about is from Markel. And Markel was like, well, Trey told me that he was talking about Trey Womack. And I was like, what? I didn't know this. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, damn, it looks like I'm saying that he's stuffed too because my child had told somebody that he was talking about this person. So I was just like, okay, so now Trey is thinking that we're calling him stuffed. And, then there was a lot of going back and forth with, he said he's going to slap the shit out of Trey Howard. Everybody on the cast told us this. Everybody on the cast. And we have been to, like, at this point, multiple events that Trey Womack was supposed to be at, but Trey Womack didn't show up.
Oh.
So he didn't come to the Houston splash. He didn't come to the game night. He didn't.
So this was said before any of those.
Yeah, before any of that.
The slap you thing had been said from the beginning.
The slap you thing was said before. When was it said? I can't remember the timeline.
Okay, it's okay. Yeah.
But he hasn't showed up to any of those things or whatever. So, it was just like, okay, where's Trey? Where he at? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like we were just wondering why he wasn't showing up to nothing. So Reese invites me to the lingerie party. But before I got invited to the lingerie party, my child Trey Howard had already been invited to the lingerie party before I was. He's cast B. I'm cast A. So I was thinking like, why are you invited before me? King Kane had reached out to him and invited him first. So in my mind, I'm thinking, and Trey Howard and King Kane was supposed to have been friends. So in my mind, I'm thinking, if this is your friend, why did you invite him somewhere where you knew that someone's gonna be that's gonna slap the shit out of him? So I was just thinking like, okay, I'm just confused on that part. So when we pull up to the, I'm fast forwarding y'all through a whole lot. So if y'all want to ask more questions, let me know. I'm just fast forwarding, trying to make it short. So when we make it to the game, I mean to the lingerie party, we were scheduled to be there like I think at 9:45 or something like that. So when we pull up, they are outside telling us, well, sit in the car, wait for a minute, get ready. This is, yeah, y'all gotta get ready. Y'all gotta get ready. This is good. Smoke y'all blunt, do this. And I'm thinking like, well, we already ready. We just ready to go in. They was like, they had us sit in the car for about like 30 minutes to 45 minutes, just sitting in the car waiting. And then they finally come and get us at the car and tell us to come in to do our walk up. So we walk in, we go inside. There is no issue. We walking in, everybody's drinking, we having a good time. We was at the party for probably about like 2 whole hours, 3 whole hours. And I know Ariel said she had to go and sew some clothes. And when Ariel's about to leave out, Reese comes to me and says, hey, I need you to walk Ariel to the car so we can shoot this scene. So you can walk Ariel to the car. I'm like, oh, okay, good. That's my sister. I don't mind walking my sister to the car. We out here.
I'm sorry. Can I interject really quickly?
Huh?
I'm sorry. So when we're talking about people are like doing this, who are you referencing specifically? Who's guiding this scene? Who's guiding the situation?
Well, okay. When we were sitting in the car at the time, CJ was the one telling us to sit in the car and get ready. That was CJ. But inside, when we were getting ready to walk Ariel outside, Reese said, hey, Ariel's gonna go. We need to shoot this scene of you walking her to the car. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll walk her to the car.
You didn't know why?
Huh?
And you didn't know why you were walking her to the car?
I thought I was just walking my sister to the car because the way she was dressed and we was out there in the area.
Okay.
People looking at her. So I'm thinking, yeah, I'll walk my sister to the car. There was nothing else said besides walk her to the car because she's gonna go. So I was like, okay. So as we was getting ready to walk out the door, then it was like, okay, and Trey Howard, you come too, and Markel, you come with me too. So at that time, I wasn't thinking nothing. Keep in mind, we had been drinking, dancing on the pole, sweaty, having a good time.
You had a good time. You didn't expect fuck shit.
Right. There was no tension in the room, as far as I know. There was nothing going on. So when we walk outside, I'm the one who says, bitch, where your car at? And she was like, I don't know, somewhere around here. And then boom, I think Markel says, I think y'all need to have a conversation. And I'm just standing there because I know they ain't talking to me, so I'm just standing there looking around like. And he was like, I think I need to have a conversation. And I was like, well, who, me? And he was like, yes. And I was like, well, with who? And he says, with Trey Womack. And I was like, well, for what? All this should have been recorded. I don't know why, but it should have been recorded. So I'm thinking like, well, for what? What are we having a conversation for? I mean, I'm lost. And he was like, about the whole somebody's bottom being somebody's top, some shit that I don't even care about. I was just like, okay, whatever. If y'all think we should have this conversation, that's fine. It's cool with me. You know what I'm saying? And by that time, Reese was out there and she says, okay, I'm gonna go get Trey Womack. So she goes inside and get him. So when he comes out, and y'all, as of right now, me and Trey Womack is cool, so there's no issue between us. But as he comes out, you know what I'm saying, it looks as if he's taking his earrings off, like he was, doing something with his ear. And Markel was like, well, girl, you taking your earrings off? And he was like, well, no, it fell out. All right, so we standing outside probably like 5 minutes, y'all, and it's like dead silence, like nobody's saying nothing. So I was like, okay, well, I'm grown enough to start the conversation. So I turns to Trey Womack and says, hey, do me and you have an issue? Because if we do, I'm unaware of the issue that we have. And he says nothing to me. He stands there and he crosses his arm and he says absolutely nothing to me. So I turn back around. I said, okay, y'all see, we don't have an issue. So at this point, I'm facing Ariel and Markel, and my child Trey Howard is standing over here. And then it's Reese, and then Trey Womack walks up, and then him and my child gets to going back and forth. So he's like kind of like being real like and this and that, and my child was kind of like getting at a 10, and I'm like, you know what, calm down, you don't have to do like that, you know how to talk, you're going to know how to use your words. Like the whole time they recording, so they should be on there if they play the unedited version, if they play it. So they were saying, he was saying, well, it has a name. I was like, you ain't gotta do all that. Just calm down, calm down. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta do that. Just use your words, use your words. And Trey Womack is, you know, saying what he's having to say, and I'm steady keeping the conversation flowing. You know what I'm saying? Because if we were just talking, we were just talking, but it was still getting heated over here. So at some point, Trey Womack lunges forward. So at that time, all I do is put my hands out, like, you know what I'm saying, like, don't fight. And then after that, I get hit. He grabs my hair and he goes to hit me. And then that's how the fight starts.
So in this situation, again, we've asked two other people. Sorry, guys, I'm gonna get it out when I can. Sorry. We've asked your child, Reese, and we also asked Markel. There's conflicting stories about there being a gun. They all agree that a gun was produced, but some say most of the people are saying the gun was not fired, and that was just sound effects.
No gunshot was fired.
Okay.
No gun was fired. No.
Okay, so here's my question. I want to rewind back a little bit.
Okay.
When y'all were signing the contracts, did they and they said you cannot hit another contracted person on the show? What was supposed to be the consequence if you did hit someone who was contracted?
You're supposed to be fired with an exit release contract form.
Well, let me ask you this.
Okay.
How do you feel about production and a little bit of Reese feeling like because you came there with boxing gloves around your neck that you came looking for smoke and that y'all are the reason why that fight took place and not the bitch that swung on you first? That's what's really getting me. How do you feel about that?
I feel like it's bullshit because of the point of we didn't even know for sure that he was going to be there this time because he hasn't been to any events, like I said earlier. So it's like I came there like, oh, I know he's going to be there. Let me put some boxing gloves on. I think we have an issue. I never knew that we had an issue. So there would be no reason for me to put on. If I'm coming to fight somebody, I'm not coming with no boxing gloves around my neck, some little bitty ass shorts on, and some boxing boots and a robe on. I'm not coming like that. That's not how I'm coming. That's not how anybody's going to come to fight anybody. First off, so when they said that, it just made me feel they try to make me feel like I was dumb. At first, I was not coming to the lingerie party because of the outfit that I was going to wear. Everybody else had on in the party. I still had it in my closet, and I was like, I'm glad I didn't wear this. And I was like, I'm not going. And my child Trey was like, you have to go. Here, you can wear this. And the outfit that I wore was supposed to be worn actually when we was in the scene at the gay pride when T.S. Madison was there. I was supposed to wear it to the pool party. But I was late getting there, so I didn't have no time to, get my outfit together or whatever. So I didn't wear that outfit. So he was like, why don't you wear what you was going to wear to such and such? So I was like, okay. There was no intention behind me wearing boxing gloves. Besides, they were little kids boxing gloves. They couldn't even fit on my hands. So it was just some bull crap. They tried to make it look as if, okay, he wore boxing gloves so we can say that's the reason why, blah, blah, blah. That's what it was. So continue on right after the fight, not even an hour later, while we were driving down the street, actually, we get a phone call from CJ. And CJ says, the first thing he says is, good job. Y'all did exactly what we need y'all to do. And we was like, well, we can't hear you. Whatever. We gonna call you when we make it to the house. So when we make it to the house, Trey, my child, calls him back. And he was like, basically saying, y'all did exactly what we needed y'all to do. I set it up for him to get jumped. Reese's not gonna congratulate y'all because he's the executive producer and he ain't gonna say it, but he's actually proud that y'all did this. And like all of this is on the recording. We recorded this whole conversation with him saying that basically we set him up to get jumped. And I was just, my issue was, why would y'all orchestrate this knowing that I asked y'all not to put me out there to make me look like I'm a bad person? But that's what he told us. So and again, the reason why we recorded it is because of, in the beginning, they had already started lies. And I know Reese was saying that me and CJ was friends. Me and CJ has never been friends. We have never hung out. We have never done anything. The only time CJ has been around is when Reese is around. Reese and CJ were like this. Now she said they ain't friends or they're nothing like that. He's just a business partner. But when we first met Reese, we met CJ and they were like this, and she was telling me how she wanted to make him her child and this, that, and the third. They was, every time they went to the club, they was like hand in hand. So this is the reason why when he called us and said what he said, it made us believe that she also was there with it. You know what I'm saying? Like she was with it because they were like this, like thick as thieves for real. So that's the reason why we were saying production. So she didn't want to say that, so I guess we're only saying CJ now. But CJ was introduced to us as a producer.
Right. And CJ, when CJ spoke, CJ said Reese wanted ... Like it was both of y'all. I mean, like it was both of them.
Like it was both of them, right. And then at the end of the call, he's like, don't tell Reese I called y'all. All this is on the recording. He like, don't tell Reese I called y'all. So then I was thinking like, now that's weird too. You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't you want her to know what you called her? So I'm just like, I'm glad we recorded it and everything. But then the recording that they have is the very next day. The recording I have the very same night. The recording that they have is the very next day. So I guess he figured that, oh, they recorded me. So let me call them back, run that conversation back again, and let me record it. So it could be like if we did not record, we can say, well, he said such and such and such, and he was like, no, I didn't. I recorded the conversation. But
so do you feel like you were manipulated? Do you feel like y'all were manipulated?
Yeah. I don't think it's just me and my child, but also I feel like Trey Womack was manipulated because me and Trey Womack used to be close friends. And it was just like, it's been times where we sit around and talk about each other all the time. So the word stuffed would have never like made him upset with me about anything. So I already knew it was like orchestrated by, the other people's throwing stuff out there.
I thought that whole stuff thing. I mean, you look at my reviews. I think all of us were like, we thought that was. I never got that whole stuff thing. I never.
And I was completely confused as the fact that if his issue was with Trey Howard, why the hell was he fighting you? That just still blows my mind to this day. I don't have no answer for that.
I think like if I was not there, if I had not shown up, then they was gonna sit there and let my child get slapped. But being the fact that I didn't want them to fight, and I guess I put my hands out, like, I put both my arms up on the video, you'll see it. I push them back, like, no, y'all don't need to be fighting. That's what you do anyways when somebody start fighting, you don't want them fighting.
Right.
And I guess I was the next person in hands reach, I guess, because he goes to grab for my hair and then he goes to hit. So then, I mean, like anybody else would do, if you get hit, you just hit back. It was just a reaction. It wasn't like, oh, I want to fight you. And even after the fight, if they play it, I was like, I'm not even mad at Trey Womack. I'm talking to the camera. I'm not even mad at Trey Womack. Chasing Dallas too. I'm hot. I'm sweaty. I'm drunk. All that. Just like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, walking around. Somebody, one of the producers says, Dior, are you all right? All right. I was like, that was fun. That's why I said that was fun. I was looking for my phone to call, my people. Because at this point, I'm thinking that it's him and all the production against me and my best friend and my child. That's what I felt. It's like everybody was all against us. Well, nobody saying nothing to nobody else. They were just all against us. But y'all the one who called us outside to have this conversation. When I was like, for what and for why we're drinking, this is not the right time. We can have this conversation at a well-lit area over, some food or something. We got to be at a party where we're drinking and we're in, half naked, and it was just too much. I feel like it was not the right time, but they wanted to have it so bad. So I was just like, okay, I guess, if y'all insist on it.
And y'all is the CJ.
Yeah.
Reese.
Well, CJ, and then I guess the other cast members who was saying y'all need, Markel was saying y'all need to have a conversation. My sister Ariel said we need to have a conversation or whatever. And I just felt like if it happened for me not to be there, then it would have been my child just getting the shit slapped out of him, or they would have been out there fighting or whatever. I wouldn't have been able to keep the conversation calm for as long as it stayed calm, because it stayed calm for a minute. We was outside the door of the venue for quite some time talking, and they was going back and forth or whatever. So it was just a lot.
It sounded like a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Teddy
Yeah,
looks
what
like
you got
he
to
just
say,
over
Teddy?
it.
Teddy, what do you got to say? Because he
just
right.
Like,
yes, what is it?
It's a lot. Just,
well,
but
that's
let
how
me
I
say
feel.
this:
And like now,
we've
to this
deduced,
day,
we have deduced that it is, in your estimation, this was not just CJ. This was CJ, Reese, and the rest of production collectively. But my question is this: now, Ariel's supposed to be your sister, this, that, and the third, but one moment we see her at the thing with you eating crabs and stuff. The next moment she's in the scene with Reese, and she seemed like they're disparaging you and Trey Howard and stuff like that. And I was trying to figure out what was going on. If you're supposed to be aligned with Dior, why would you be in this meeting with all this back and forth where they're disparaging your friend? I didn't understand that. To
you
me,
talking about when they was saying like that I'm old and all that?
no, I don't right that part, and then they were talking about how Trey Womack was saying that Reese was sleeping with
Trey Howard was saying
that Reese was sleeping with Trey Womack and stuff like that. So my thing is, it just didn't seem like, for me, if you're supposed to be my dog, my friend, my bro, whatever, when I go in this meeting and they getting there starting to talk about you, I'm not finna sit there and it's just finna be cute. And I'm finna sit there and not say nothing, be like, well, hold on. Nope, we ain't gonna do that. They ain't here to defend themselves. And that's my friend, that's my bro. And that just seemed, that didn't sit well with me. And I just wanted to know, because I don't even know if you watch our reviews and stuff like that. I don't know who watches our reviews, but I wanted to know what was your reaction when you saw that, because
when I saw it, I was like, okay, let me call my sister. So when I talked to her, she was just basically saying it was not like that. It's the editing. The way they edited up, it made it look like she was laughing at what they were saying, and she said she was not laughing. She was like actually like taking up for me in that scene, is what she told me. So, and I believe her. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't see scenes where they've edited out to make someone else look like they were really doing something that they really wasn't. So I believe what she said. But as far as the sleeping with Reese, sleeping with Trey Womack, all of that information came from CJ. CJ told us all of this stuff. CJ told this to Trey Howard. CJ told that to me. So in the recording, that's why Trey Howard said to CJ on the recording, is he not fired because of him and Reese is fucking? Because that's what CJ had already told us prior to this. So
got it.
I mean, honestly, the reason that I look just all bothered, because this whole fight scene, I don't know if we're ever going to see the truth. And I believe by no stretch of the imagination are they going to give us the pure, unedited version of any and every, of it all. And I believe that they're going to do and make it or what it is. The whole of it all at this point, we've discussed that fight ad nauseum. And the way production handled this is nauseating. It really is. It's very bothersome. And so that's why I'm just not in the business of discussing that. Moving on to better subjects. I know that you have gay children. I have gay children as well. I'm here at my child house right now. And I was going to ask you about that, because that is something that is, for those of us who are of a certain age in the LGBT community, that was really big, but it's not as big as it used to be.
Right.
some years ago. So I just wanted to ask about, how you feel about being able to still present that to the viewing public, and also how many kids do you have, and different things about your family, because that is something that I don't think that they talked about or highlighted enough, and I do
Right.
think that that's something that's important in the community.
Right. I have about 13, 14 kids or whatever, but they all really don't want to really be a part of this platform
Don't blame.
because some of them know friends of that person or friends of that person and know that it's like toxic. So they just like, what I'm saying, we'll support you, Dad, but what I'm saying, we're not trying to be up in that. But um showing that on here was supposed to be one of the things that I was showing. And I think now that they're trying to make it seem as if I'm a bad gay father because of, I guess I cannot quote unquote control my 22-year-old gay child, makes me feel like they don't know anything about parenting, period. Because even a biological child can't be really controlled. A 22-year-old can be controlled by their biological mother, first off. So for you to think that me, who let somebody choose me to be their father, and for me to be like, well, don't do this, and want me to walk and hold their hand through every issue they do, they have to be dumb as fuck, period. Because I'm not sitting next to, I have my own life, I got my own husband, I have plenty other kids that I gotta look for. So if he want to go over here and talk about this person, I can't say, hey, why are you talking about this person? You can't do that. Go take that down. And there has been times where I have done that, and he has taken down comments, taken down posts, taken down stuff, but I can't be there all the time and be like, you can't do this, you can't do that. I'm trying to guide you through life, not through small little situations.
Dior, let me ask you this. And this question came from Rochelle Bell. She's one of the T-subs. Shout out to Rochelle. She wants to know, how do you feel being on the show, knowing that production is starting trouble within the cast?
Now it's like a little bit of regret, but I try not to regret anything that I do in life. It's just like a lesson learned. You know what I'm saying? But the whole reason why I really got on this show in the beginning, when I watched season 1, I was like, dang, I need to be on there because, I have a lot going on in my life. I want to show everything that I'm doing. But now that I'm on here, the things that I do and everything that I'm doing is quote unquote not a part of my storyline. So I only have to do what they feel like is a part of my storyline, which is, I guess, being a gay father. They only show me doing hair one time, and I do hair 24/7. Only days I don't do hair on is Mondays and Sundays, and that's only if no one wants to get squads in on my off days. So I'm doing hair all the time, but y'all only see me do hair on there one time, and y'all barely saw that because it was like a really short scene. So it's like, or y'all haven't seen me dancing, y'all haven't seen me modeling, y'all haven't seen me doing nothing that I do all the time, but y'all saw that fight. Y'all saw that whole fight. Y'all gonna see the fight again. Y'all gonna hear the fight again. Y'all gonna see the fight again. And that's one thing that I don't do. If you ask anybody,
Not only have we seen the fight, we've had to endure Reese and his menagerie of wigs that he have over there that need to be taken off screen. Now you over here doing all this hair, but you can't manage to find that woman a good wig. Now come on now,
now that ain't the reason.
Oh.
She
you just trying to let her come out there and look that way. You trying to let her come out there looking a mess.
She asked about a wig, and I told her, the price or whatever, and I heard nothing else about it.
I told you them wigs with solid supply base. I told you she cheap. That's why them wigs look like that. She cheap.
Quit it. Okay, Dior. Okay, I have one extra question. Have you to this date seen Trey Womack do a tattoo? I know it was an issue before. You said you ain't never seen it.
And
nobody has.
I, to be honest, I with my own 2 eyes, I've never seen him do a tattoo.
Are y'all ready to
We have been friends. We have been friends for a long time. I've been to the tattoo shop where his friend works at, who tattooed me. But I have never seen him with my 2 eyes do a tattoo.
He didn't even do a tattoo at his own tattoo party. So why would we think that he's gonna be doing magically tattoo? This is the magical world of make believe. Y'all talk about him doing tattoo. Let me shut up.
Right. I don't know. I just know that it wasn't, and then the way they was brought out, it wasn't even like I was just randomly
You're breaking up.
saying, well, yeah, do he do tattoos? It was never none of that. It was they questioned me, hey, off the camera, hey, have you ever seen Trey do a tattoo? Flash camera. No, I've never seen Trey Womack do a tattoo. And boom, it's a big old problem. But did nobody say anything about when Reese was saying how she never seen King Kane design clothes or blah, blah, blah? Nobody made that a big issue. But she had made a big, what she was saying about him was way worse than me just saying, I've never seen him do a tattoo. I've never seen him style anyone. I've never seen him make any clothes. I never seen, and this is on an interview I was watching of her talking about King Kane, who is her best friend now, I guess. But I'm just like, y'all making.
I mean, but he does do piercings.
But y'all not making a big issue about Reese saying that she ain't never seen her best friend do all this stuff that he claims that he do. So it was just, I just felt like it was something that they could try to make stick to make it look like, oh, that they have an issue because he said he never seen him do a tattoo. But I mean, it's a lot. Reese also says she's never seen him do a tattoo. CJ says he's never seen him do a tattoo. But nobody's getting the finger pointed at but me. Everybody said it. So it was like.
I have a question from the audience. One of the audience members asked, this is the audience, so I know I'm going to be blamed for this, so I'll take the blame. They asked how big it is. That was
child, please.
They did. Go back and look in the chat. They asked
but
how
you
big
don't have
it is.
to repeat it.
I wanted to know as well.
Scotty, are you there?
You got a whole husband, but you know,
how big what is?
Come on now, Dior. You know what these.
I have really big goals, and my success is big.
You better tell them, Dior. That's right.
Say it again. Say it again.
So the answer y'all question is, it's big. It's big.
He said, and that's what he said. He got big goals.
Mm.
That's what he said.
So they're big.
That's what he said. His goals.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, Dior. I got you, boo. I got you.
Just to answer y'all question, he said it's big.
Anyway, so Dior, what do we? Okay, so let's get up. We done with the fight. It is what it is. We ain't gonna know. We don't know. Whatever. So what do we have to look forward to? I know you were saying that the editing is a little janky, and you feel like they're not really showing the things that you wanted them to sort of showcase. But what to your knowledge, what are we going to see for the rest of the season? Reese said he got enough footage to do 2 more months of this. So what are we going to see from you outside of this?
Well, as far as with me, y'all won't be seeing me do, as of right now, y'all won't be seeing me do any hair or anything. As of right now.
Well, what would they, if that's what you're okay, the show is chasing. If that, I mean, and I know you're not chasing. I know that you are considered, you are at the top, one of the top talents in Dallas and probably maybe outside of Dallas. So I know you're not necessarily chasing, but you can always go to that next level. I know you were working on products and starting a line, or if you've already started a line. I know all of that. So if that's what you are chasing, quote unquote, I'm not understanding why we're not. You're right. We have not seen you do hair. Like, honestly, we haven't seen it. Why? Like, that's crazy to me.
And I don't. If you ask them why, I don't even know why either. It's like I've put in requests for multiple work scenes, and they just have not fell through. So it's just, to me, I don't have any answer for that really, and I probably won't, because as of now, I'm assuming that Reese have an issue with me because she was just really talking about me on James Cooper Live on Harrison Podcast. Something I never knew we had an issue. It was just out the blue.
I could tell you have issues.
Hold on real quick. Before let me introduce Scotty, aka Mr. Still Standing, longtime reviewer of the show, a wonderful fan of yours as well, Dior. While we have him here with us today, honey, because
my man Crush Monday.
Let's. I wanted to give Mr. Still Standing an opportunity to ask you a couple questions because he said he had to get on here with you, honey.
Okay.
First of all, I had to get on my brother's iPad because this phone just wasn't gonna let me be great. That's number one. So, first of all, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm sipping on me some. What is this I'm drinking on? Some Jack Daniels.
Oh, we
Straight.
best friends, Dior. We are best
Oh well,
friends. Yes.
I ain't no brown drinker, so I don't know nothing.
Me
about
neither.
That's
Hennessy
my
brown.
friend.
no
Hennessy is
brown
my
drink.
favorite.
Okay, cause I was late as fuck, but I'm hoping I'm not gonna ask you the same questions as everybody else.
Okay.
So, first of all, did they already ask why did you come on the show?
No, I think I
No.
said I don't think no one asked that question, but I mean the main reason why I came on the show is basically, to I was already who I am, but it doesn't hurt to get 2 or 3 more followers or 1,000 more followers to show your work. So the main reason I come on here to show my work, show what I do, and just be me. That's the reason why I came on.
Was there an instance where it was like, okay, I got this opportunity to get on this show, so is it gonna make me look bad? Is it gonna make me and my brand look bad, or like what if my presence on this show makes people not want to get their hair done by me or something like that?
Right.
Like, was that a fear or anything like that?
Yeah, because doing pre-contract, we sat down. I sat down with meetings with Reese, and she asked me, "Well, what's the main thing that you're scared of, with being on the show?" And I said the main thing is me made to be look like a bad person, because that's not who I am. I'm not the person out here talk. I don't talk about folk just because I don't know them. I'm not gonna be, I don't do all of that because that's just not my character. I'm more
Mhm.
of a like get to know you, and then I'll pass my okay. Well, now you're not cool, or what I'm saying. I have to feel you out first. So that was my main fear. You know what I'm saying? Being made to look bad, and I feel like at this point I'm kind of looking that way to people who don't know me. But I have a lot of people that do know me, and a lot of people that have been following me for years, and they already know like that's not the person that he is. And then when they heard that I was fighting, it was like a shock. Like, what? You fighting of all people? Like, that don't make sense. That's weird. That's not you. Everybody knows that I don't do that type of shit. So it was just like, you know, a
Do you
surprise.
do you think that being on this show puts you in certain situations that you would normally be in outside of the camera? Because sometimes I'm the type of person that's not necessarily out in drama or be looking for it, but I feel like if I was on a show like that and being amongst a bunch of other gays that like a bunch of bullshit, then I'll be pulled into a situation that I'm not normally in. Like, I'll be in a situation where I gotta fight, I gotta do this because
Mhm.
I don't
Well,
really.
I mean, I'm always out. I'm a socialite, so I'm always out, and it's always some bullshit. It's always this and always that. But I'm the type of person who's like the mediator. I'm always like calming stuff down, and so I felt like I was gonna be great for when it comes to issues where people was like, what I'm saying, arguing or doing this around me. I'm like, man, you ain't gotta do that. You got better things to do. That's the type of person I am. So I don't think I was being put. If I'm was being put in bad situations, I feel like I knew how to handle them
I'm
until
gonna ask,
you know.
I'm gonna ask one more question because I think Teddy and everybody else got some more questions. I'm not trying to rush anything like that, but I know y'all was already having y'all conversation before I stepped my late ass in here. But do you have any real? Do you have any issues with anybody on the show? And do you think it's any real issues that you may have to confront at the reunion?
Um, do I have any issues with anybody on the show? I think the only person that I may have a slight issue with would probably be King Kane. And at this point now, since I saw this live, it would be Reese G. Everybody else on the show, we're cool. We hang out. Actually, we finna have a barbecue on Sunday. All of us, except for certain people. So it was like I think King came from some of the things he's been saying and his reviews that he said, which he was backpedaling the other night, saying that he never said nothing about me, and I was just really confused. And then Reese on the Ear Hustling podcast was saying a lot about me and about me and my home and my boyfriend. So I'm just like, I'm confused because you were just so cool with us just a week ago. So I'm just lost on that. So I don't know if we have an issue, but I want to know if we do have an issue.
Okay, so let me piggyback off that question. Um, What is you and Kane's issue? Because it does seem like there's like underlying piece of
Okay,
tension.
so King Kane, I've met King Kane before Chasing Dallas was a Chasing Dallas, but I met him through a mutual friend. I braided his hair before, and my best friend and my child Trey Howard has modeled for him before.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess when we were talking on the first episode, when they told me to ask Ariel, "Hey, do you know King Kane?" I guess he took it as if I was trying to shade him. So he made a whole live show after that, talking about me and my family and all that. But we talked about that, and I guess we were supposed to. Well, no, we haven't talked about that. He made a whole lot that we haven't talked about that, but we did talk about after the fight when I felt like why would you invite your friend to a situation where you knew someone was gonna be there that said he was gonna slap the shit out of him, and we sat down and had a conversation about that or whatever, and everything was clear. So for me to see that live after that, it made me feel like you're not a real person, because if you was real, you could have just called me up and said, "Hey, I feel like you was doing this or you was doing that," but he didn't do that. But then the other night he was saying, "I've never talked about you." So I'm like, it's like back and forth. I don't even know what to believe no more.
Okay, look like L. Teddy got something he want to say, so go ahead.
No, I do have a question. My question, Dior, is I know you said that you have a husband, you're married, right?
Well, not
Not
officially.
legally, but you got your boo thing, your boyfriend,
Yeah.
your. Would you ever, and I like to ask people this when they're in a committed relationship, would you ever bring him on camera, or do you always want your significant other to stay off camera?
He's been on camera with me multiple times.
Oh, we just didn't
Yeah.
know. Is that the one with the white, the hat on the white?
That's who he was holding hands with when they gave
Yeah, he
Ariel
has
the dinner.
he has dreads. He has the at the time he had red dreads. But now
Oh,
he's
yeah. I remember now. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I didn't know that. Sometimes, I hold hands with anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I hold other body parts too when I need to. But
Quick
that's the whole
question. I have to get ready to go. And Dior, thanks for coming on, and I really appreciate you coming on and sharing with us. I have enjoyed you on the show, and I do feel like you maybe have gotten a bad rap because I guess now we're finding that what they're choosing to show is not necessarily what you've offered to show or what they have on tape of you. So with that, I feel like you might have got a little bit of a bad rap with us saying that you're not really bringing nothing because they not
because I
bringing
watched Markel's interview.
Oh, I
And
never
Teddy
said
was
that.
like, he don't have a storyline. I was like, well, it's not my fault. It's not my fault.
right. Well, you can't
I
control
did
what they
say
do
that.
with
I
the show.
did say that on my review that you didn't have a storyline. I know I did. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta be sorry. We ain't know. But and if you asked this, I apologize. As you can see, I had something going on. But you said that Kane. So what's the situation with you and Kane? I didn't realize you and Kane had a problem.
Well, at this point, it's just every scene I see King Kane or his green screen or his reviews, he has something to say about me and my
Got it.
family.
You feel like
He
he's
try
a
to make it
shame.
seem as if he does not know about the gay family. He's like his brother, sister, uncle, but he knows Trey Howard well, as we found out on the show. He
Yeah.
knows my best friend. I'm not gonna say his name because he don't like his name being said on the show. He knows him well also. So it was just like you acting as if you don't know these people before the show, and now you want to sit up here and try to talk about them. And I don't like when people. I don't like fake. Just don't be fake. Be real at all times. Period.
Yeah. Yeah, because I feel like
see
you're just trying
George
to
and
shade
Terry
Howard
trying
a
to make
little
me
bit,
out to
but
be mean.
you know.
Huh?
No, I
No,
said
I
I
was.
think he was trying
Go
to
ahead.
shade Howard a little bit, So I just didn't know. I didn't know where it was coming from, but I heard you say that, so that's why I just wanted to ask that. But I do have to get ready to go. But thank you, Yes Bitch, once again. Thank you for inviting me on your platform. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on. I enjoyed the conversation. I was really glad to hear. You're right. We heard everybody's side of the story except for yours. So, and I think as with every conversation, I think we got a little bit more information to add to the puzzle that we try to put together on our side. And so I appreciate you, sharing, giving up your time. We know you make lots of money, honey. We know you be making money.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah, I
appreciate
love
it. And to my panel, thank you guys. Everybody have a good
Thank you
evening.
for coming on.
All
You
right.
too, bro. Thank
right.
you. Oh, hold on.
I have a question, Dior, and this is something that I think may work out, child. We need to start getting drunk like giving you the real tea is for his birthday. Child.
Happy birthday.
But anyway,
Thank you.
Dior, my question is in light of shows like Pose, which is dated, it goes back to the late 80s and 90s, and they talk about families. Would you, if somebody presented to you a reality show idea, maybe through YouTube or maybe through another platform, where you could highlight your family, you and your kids and stuff like that, and what that dynamic is really like in the 21st century, would you be willing to do something like that? Because I really think that that would be a good show. You wouldn't want to see me and all my kids because we all are whole ass whores and we're all very debaucherous.
And me too.
But-
Don't worry.
Oh, I would love to see that.
But to be honest, like honestly, I have two offers on the table at this moment. Two people asking me to do it, so I'm just gonna sit down and talk to them.
What
about
is
it
it about that, or what is the premise of
it's supposed to be about me and my family, our data, like what we do, and
wow. And I just came up with that off the top of my head. Okay.
Be like, but it's two options. I mean, two opportunities on the table. I'm just trying to make sure, like, I don't want to answer too soon before this show is up, because like at this point I'm starting to get a really bad taste in my mouth for reality TV. But they also offered me to be the executive producer over it too, so it wouldn't have to be no one else like producing it or whatever. So
that's important.
I think it would be a good idea. I'm just gonna see how it goes.
I don't know how you manage 13 because I only got 5, and I like to, choke them out.
Well, they all don't live in Dallas with me, so I think that kind of makes it easier because they're not always like up in my face. And then most of them, they know that if you need to be working in school doing something, so you won't be worrying me shit. So it's good.
Well, Dior, one thing I need to mention, I owe you an apology. Because I was also one of the reviewers that thought she was born, tied, delayed, and through. I'm gonna let you hear it from my mouth first. I did. I absolutely live for you. But I want to know, have you ever thought about going into fashion? Because baby, your fashions beat everything. Every time I see you, you made.
I have styled a couple of people, not no large celebrities, but I used to do personal shopping for folks. I used to I also create and design some of my own stuff. So it's like it's not my passion, but I like to do it. I like to dress. I love clothes. I love shoes. So I mean, I would do it if that was a job and it was paying me. Yeah, I'd jump right to it. But like just to be doing it like off the fly, no, I'll just continue on doing what I do now. But
I ain't mad at it.
A lot of other people, I mean, even the producer CJ was one of the people who was saying that I was boring on the show. And they were saying that I was boring on the show because of I wasn't reading people and I wasn't talking about folks. It was at one point where we was sitting having a conversation on camera, and then they cut the camera like, "Ooh, girl, you is being too nice." And I'm just thinking like, what do you mean? Like these girls is giving it to y'all and y'all over being real nice. Well, I haven't heard it yet, so there's no reason for me to go off on this person. So I'm not gonna go off because you say this person said. So if I just go off in there and just start saying something about somebody, then boom, there's an issue. I don't do that. So that's why they said I was boring and that I should be more of Kenya instead of being Sheree. They always try to compare us to the housewives. All this stuff I have screenshots of them telling me I'm boring. I should be on there trying to fight somebody or cut somebody out because he heard that I used to fight back in the day when I was in my early 20s, and it was just so much. I'm too grown for that now.
I think the question that I got could be for you and for everybody else on the panel. For reality TV, do you guys think that you automatically have to be the bitch that want to fight all the time or want to read? Do you have to do that to be entertaining?
I don't think you have to be the bitch or none of that, but you have to be doing something that's interesting to make people want to pay attention to what you're doing. But see, that's also up to the production to put that out there to be seen.
I feel like there has to be a balance. Go ahead.
I mean, I feel as if, that's one of the things that we've been crying for since Chasing Atlanta season 1. We've been crying for more people that are actually doing something. Again, we understand it's all about the up and comers. So if you don't have like an established brand, that's okay. But we need to see you working. And it's very disappointing to hear that you had a lot to offer, but
Right.
yet we get so sucked up into the drama of it all.
Right.
And I believe and I hope that when we do finally sit down with Reese G, and that's one of the things that because the last time we spoke in the chat when I was giving her the rundown on my feelings about that, she said that she's gonna try. She's gonna receive it. So I hope because again we have an opportunity here to create something for ourselves, something that Logo couldn't even give us. Not just with Chasing Dallas, but with any web series that's out there that's actually consistent, like the Chasing Reality brand has. Yes, they've been lackluster in certain areas, but you have to be honest. The consistency is everything, and the improvements are definitely have been implemented. But I think it's important that we highlight what you young Black gay guys are doing. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't get to see you in the mainstream. So if we got to look to you in YouTube, we want to see you there in all your glory, not just in some of your glory with a whole bunch of fuck shit.
Right. Exactly. My point exactly.
I feel like if you have way too many people that's full of drama, it's gonna become draining. It won't be good if everybody full of drama.
Right.
I know you need
a little bit of drama.
Yeah, I know you need a little bit of drama, but I think you need a little bit of balance too. Because I think just to piggyback off what Yasss bitch said, this season it looked like they are bringing a bit of a balance. Like, okay, we got the drama, but we're also showing things that matter, like the situation that Ariel was showing us with the whole transgender getting killed. We're seeing Carrie D with his performance. We're seeing you with what you got going on. So I think that we can't lose what the essence of the show was about. Of course, it's gonna be drama. You got a bunch of gay bitches on the same show. It's gonna be some drama, but at the same time, it's called chasing. You got to show exactly what you're chasing and have that and the drama all at the same time.
Exactly.
So,
do you feel as if and I like to ask this question not just in the terms of like a YouTube web series, but any kind of reality platform? Because my outlook on reality TV is that it has the power to bring people together, but it also has the equal power to divide people.
Yeah.
And I believe from what we're seeing, even from season 1 up until now, that it's really dividing a lot of you guys.
Well, I guess from looking at the episodes that y'all have seen now, it may look as if we're all divided, but right now it's more like we're more divided from Reese. And I'm not saying everybody is everybody does not have a problem with Reese, and still to this day, only problem I have with Reese is the shit that she said about me here recently. But it seems like all of us over here, we're all cool. We hang, we talk on the phone, we write, we go, you know what I'm saying? We do stuff, but it's like,
So that seems to be the consensus with the people that we've had an opportunity to sit down with. I guess that's definitely a good question to ask Reese when we have that opportunity because I do feel like that's a problem. And do you think that's attributed to the age-old question, El Teddy, you always ask, is the fucked upness that comes with the biased nature that comes up with being EP and a cast member?
I do always ask that question. Go ahead and
I honestly feel like
tell us how you feel, Dior.
That's just the worst thing ever because.
But you were just talking about being an EP on the show that you were going to do, though.
But that's okay. That's what I'm saying. It's different because being the fact that Reese is on a show where there's drama trying to be kept up, where she's genuinely the center of it, but she's always there at the drama because if she's not in the scene, she's behind the camera. So it's like if someone's sitting here saying what Reese said, such and such, Reese is standing right there.
Right.
If we're sitting in the green screens and they ask you, hey, what you think about Reese? Reese is the one behind the camera asking the questions. So, and then she can turn around and just get on green. If I just went off on Reese real bad behind my green screens and she's sitting right there, I don't like that, dude, blah, blah, blah. If I said all of that, she can cut all of that out and then get on the camera and come back and just wear me out all the way. So that's why on my green screens, you probably don't ever, I'm so cool. I'm so like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Because I don't give anybody a chance to let me say something and it get cut out, but let the other person hear it and they can come back and say what they want to say to me. Because there has been a scene that we did where King Kane was not there, but King Kane knows everything that was said at the scene. We wonder why.
That's why I always compare Reese to Shawnee O'Neal, because that's the shit that she does. She sits up, she creates problems, but can't nobody go off on her, because even if they do, it's a chance that it won't be seen.
It won't be seen.
Yeah.
Right.
I
So
hate
that's why
that.
a lot of things that I choose, if I feel like I have to say something about any of the cast members or about that cast member, I'll make sure I'll say it to their face so that they can see it. I don't care if it's being recorded or not, because you heard me say it to you. But like, if you're asking me a question behind in green screen saying, hey, what do you think about such and such and such? And it has to do with Reese or one of her close friends at that time, then it's a possibility that it won't be shown. I'll keep it at a bare minimum. I'll keep it real cool and calm. Well, I feel like blah, 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 and leave it at that.
I personally feel like Reese shouldn't even be the person behind the green screens either. Maybe CJ can be the one, because if Reese,
well, no, because at this point, me and C, I don't.
You don't trust CJ.
CJ, from all of that, I set it up and then gonna sit down at that little meeting that we had when it was all of us in the room, and then try to turn around and say, well, I lied, and I just felt like he's easily manipulated. So no matter what he do or believe, if Reese says something, it's going to be what Reese says. Because it's like,
how did you get in here, girl?
I have a question.
who in here?
Tony Rebel.
Oh, Tony Rebel, we ain't got no time.
I don't even know.
All I ask you, keep it respectful, honey, because you will be blocked
My
again.
question, Dior, is I have two questions, Dior. My first question is real easy. My second question is a little harder. My first question is, what part of Capricorn are you? When's your birthday? Because I'm a Capricorn too. I'm a January 1st Capricorn though.
Oh, so is my mom. She's January 1st. Go up.
New Year's, baby. I'm December 26th, day after Christmas.
Okay. So you like me, you don't get both Christmas and birthday. You either get one or the other. I know all about it. But
I just prefer my birthday present.
Right.
You don't give me enough for Christmas, at least give me a birthday gift.
My second question is, if you had a chance to recast the show, who would you take off, and who in Dallas would you replace them with?
Ooh.
Okay.
He said, okay.
So who would I take off? I honestly think I would take Reese off because she's EP. I think she shouldn't be on the show, or if she's on the show, she should be EP. So I would take Reese off, and I would probably replace her with well, a lot of these girls is really busy, and they probably wouldn't want to do it, but I would think like Raja O'Hara. She's a girl she's my sister also. She was on RuPaul's Drag Race. I would probably do the Cameron Fox O'Hara. He's a face boy.
So you just have the whole O'Hara family on there. I ain't mad. Now go ahead, promote the family.
I mean, I'm just thinking about people who would like bring something to the show. Who else would I take off?
Oh, you said who else? So it's more than one person.
I'm just going down the line on who's on the show. I think that would be it. Honestly.
Just Reese.
Listen, Reese been keeping up a whole bunch of shit. She another Rashonda, and Reese, it ain't no shade. You ain't never did nothing to me. You ain't fucked up my life like you trying to fuck up.
Hold on, give you the real tea. Tony Rebel, we see you in the chat, dear one. I'd hate for you to be gathered because I don't just read people. I read right Andy Race, and I will read right Andy Race. I won't throw shade, but I will send darkness, and you won't be able to get from under it.
What
Keep
happened?
it in the chat.
You know, one of the disclaimers that I do like to give out, and it's like beating a dead horse, child, is that I enjoy the platform because we get an opportunity to have, you know, the cast come on, and again, we're judging these people in our reviews. It's only right that we get to hear from themselves. Who knows them better than themselves? Amen.
Right.
To come on here and to clear the air.
But I saw her. You know,
no. I feel you on that. But that's when they go, no, it's not to you. This is to the chat. My husband's here, y'all. You better
that is my husband.
Boss, bitch.
Yes, bitch.
But I,
I'll fight you over Buddha.
You.
And you still gonna be my bitch at the end of the day. We still gonna go out, get drinks, and but that's my boo.
Buddha's a sweetheart.
Ain't he?
Oh, I forgot I'm hosting. I have the ability to bibbity, bobbity, and boo. Happy birthday, girl. I'll just play it.
Let me take another shot for that. It's Scotty, I'm mad because you my bestie. You ain't say shit.
I got kicked out for a minute.
But I do want to let people know that, yes, that's why we do this. So we get an opportunity to get to hear everyone's side, because there's always a side to a story. And if we're going to sit here and talk about people, it's only right that we allow them the opportunity to speak their piece on the matter. So when you come into the chat, we just ask that you be respectful. Right. And there's nothing wrong with that. And Tony Rebel, we understand yet again, honey, this is not a read. We have people in life that want to be counted.
What is he deserve? I can't even see the chat. So I don't know what
he's just always in the chats with he was on the James Cooper situation, stirring pots. He was in King Kane's live stirring pots. So, you know, and it's not just directed towards him because we don't want to give life to people who don't deserve any. Hello, God. What we need to do is we need to give, and that's why you haven't been blocked yet. That's why you haven't been blocked yet, because I want to give you the same way I want to treat the guests is I want to treat the chat the same way. So that's why I'd be trying to tell Miss Amber Cotton, don't block the girls just yet. Let's see what they're serving, honey.
Oh, because Amber gonna block them, honey. That's one thing about Amber. She ain't got no time.
We can't hear you giving you the real tea. We can't hear you.
Oh no, I see Amber is gonna block them hoes.
Oh, you can't hear him?
About it.
No.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Give me the real tea.
I can hear you.
Okay.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Terrence?
Yes.
Yeah, I hear you.
I hear Terrence, go out and come back in.
Okay.
So, and you know, and I appreciate you, you know, being, because in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, I said this on live that I was kind of, you know, hesitant because I didn't, you know, some of the energy that you serve throughout the season, I can't lie, it does come off a little bourgeois. So I didn't think that you'd be receptive to coming on without a push or a nudge from production, or just, you know, maybe Trey Howard, of course. But when you hit me up, I was really happy, and getting to know you and just seeing and hearing you talk, as humble as you are, I must say thank you, and for changing my mind and turning it around.
I'm very humble. I'm very, very down to earth. I'm a people person. I love people, period. Like, I'm not, I mean, I watch the show and then I read the comments underneath and I just be like, dang, they really don't know me. Like, 'cause they just really talking about me. And I'm just like, but I never did want to, you know, get on and just try to prove who I am to them, because to me, it wasn't that important. But as far as getting further on, then after the fight and then the after fight, and then I just know that the fight is going to be talked about more episodes on there. It got to the point to where I was like, look, I'm not talking about this fight no more. I had to say that for them to just know that I don't want to have any more questions about it. Me and him are cool now. We never had an issue, so leave it alone. So that's what it got to. But
and I'm not mad at
I'm not bougie. If I see you out, I will speak to you first. I want to sit there and like, if she didn't speak to me, I ain't speaking to her. That's not me. I'm always, hey, how you doing? If you don't remember me, I'm like, oh, my bad, you might not remember me, but I'm such and such and such. And I'm not always thinking like, you gotta know who I am. You don't have to always know what I do. If some people are like, well, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I'm a hairstylist. You know what I'm saying? That I like to promote myself. It's never like me taking it as if someone's trying to be, you know, catty towards me when they ask me what I do. I'm just a nice, all around nice person, period.
And that's what I get from you. And
me
especially
too.
sitting down and you haven't raised your voice, you haven't given off no kind of weird energy throughout this whole sit down. And I relate to it. And one thing I always, again, I like to go back to is you personify what I want a lot of the young gays, if there's any young gays or gays in the chat period, to understand is that when you come from certain situations.
Wait. Tony Rebel. Nobody is biased. Nobody is. Now I see why your ass got fucking booted and tooted out the damn shit. Nobody is biased. This is why we do what we do, so we can give the people the chance to say what it is that they have to say. And if you don't do all of that, you need to take your ass, sis. Bye. You don't have to watch. Carry your ass. Go busy yourself.
And another thing
I tell my T-subs, go busy your fucking self. Because you's a fuck nigga right now, and I don't feel like you need to be here. Because Dior don't deserve that. Go carry your ass.
Parents, it's your birthday, boo, and we don't have to concern ourselves with the likes of people.
I
hate that
though. Like he been
I'm sorry. Can you hear that or no?
I can't hear him. I can hear everybody else except for giving you.
Well, the Tony Rebel. Terrence, try to go out and come back. No, he already did that already.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know why I can't hear him.
Well, there's someone in the chat who's trying to serve too much, but I do saying that we basically, as reviewers, since we have you here, they're saying that we're being biased. Let me explain something real quick about the whole bias thing, because I get this a lot myself when I'm doing these interviews. First of all, we're not conducting a review of the show. That's something totally different than when we have someone, a fleshly human being in front of us that is taking time out of their motherfucking day, bitch, to be here with us. So this is not the time or place to give our opinions or to be being disrespectful to anybody. And again, Tony Ro, just block you, bitch, because there really is no reason. We're breathing life into dead bitches, and I don't like that.
Come on,
who is Tony Rebel?
George, where are you, girl? Where are you? Come bury this bitch.
George, we got a crowning. We got a crowning over here, honey.
Fuck.
Shut.
Anyway, I don't want this to take away because we are black gay men, and we have a black female who's an ally to the community. And what we're not going to do here is continue with this separatist mentality that's continuing to plague this community. We are gathered here together as one.
I'm not gay. I'm a straight man with a dick fetish. Please give me my title correctly. Okay.
LGBTQIA plus ABCDEFG.
Listen, I've been trying to let him breathe. I was the main one saying, no, let him be here. But he doing too much. I don't like
play with troglodytes. We don't play with troglodytes. This
I don't
is not
like that shit.
Era.
What I want to do is, because I do have to get off here soon to get ready for work, I do want to have an opportunity, if you have a few minutes, to go backstage with us. But before we even mention all of that, does anyone else on the panel have something to say to King Beautiful Dior, honey?
Other than Tony, fuck pathetic ass, we don't want to hear you, bitch. Era. We don't want to hear you carry your ass back to your stable. We don't want to hear nothing you got to say. And hey, Reese, what's going on, sis?
I'm glad you brought up Reese, because if he's saying that we biased, I drag Reese a lot on my review.
And me too.
And like, come on now.
I'm an equal opportunity drag.
Scotty, put your volume up a little bit.
I do want to say this to you, Dior, before we go backstage for the after party, which is always better than the actual party.
Right.
Thank you once again, my fellow Capricorn, for coming and being on with us. I know sometimes we can be brutal. We do drag and snatch edges, and that's fine, because you do hair and you can put your edges back on. And we see that you do that gracefully, and I'm so glad. I think that since Reese is in the chat and we done had just about everybody on this here platform, they should do the reunion via our platforms here and let's push the good reunion since everybody be here anyway. I'm just saying.
Wait a minute. Reese says she wanted to join the after party. Well, come on, bitch.
I have to get ready for work, baby, so I can't be on here long. That's the only thing I'm saying. So we're gonna have to. We got you. We're gonna pencil you in though. Like, you know, we're conversating right now.
Did you say you finna pencil her in, bitch? I'm done.
Well, no, we've been. Oh my God, I ain't trying to be shady. I'm just saying though, like we've been conversating. We're gonna be sitting down with Reese G this week. So
did Kerry say his insurance didn't cover it?
But before we go backstage again, Dior, is there anything else that you would like to say? Because yet again, this is the time for you to misspell any situations that may have attributed to the way people look at you in a negative light. Is there anything that you would like to say? Because honestly, having this conversation at this juncture, you know, it's definitely put you in a different light for me.
Me too.
And even as a reviewer, you know,
right?
And just a viewer, period.
Mm-hmm.
I just want people to, like, I mean, sometimes people say believe what you see, but sometimes you can't always believe what you see because sometimes it's edited in a way to make you look a certain way. I'm not a bad person. I'm not a violent person. Mm-hmm. I'm not a petty person. I'm not none of that. I'm very humble. I'm very goals driven. I'm an entrepreneur. And, you know, I have bundles for sale. I got edge control for sale. And I got hair growth oil for sale. I got t-shirts and hoodies.
Yes.
Tell the people where they can find you.
Wait, you said the magic word bundles. What is the website?
Look, see that bitch? Let me show you. Right.
Hold on.
Okay.
Listen,
what happened?
We got bundles. Wait a minute.
Yeah, these are my body wave bundles right here.
Listen, he spoke to my spirit man. Come through. Okay. What the website is?
Yeah, I need some too. You see, I'm going bald, bitch.
I got some growth oil for that, baby.
Ooh.
Okay, come on with it. Let me see it. I don't mind flying to Texas for you to get my judge right.
I get you together. So I'm just all about, living my life, making it happy. I mean, I know it's a lot of people out there who watch the show who got a bad taste in their mouth about me at this moment, but it's okay. If they get to know me, then they'll know better.
Okay.
Well, it didn't change nothing. I feel.
And can you plug all your stuff? Where can the people find you? Where can the people book the doll at, honey?
Okay, yes. You can book me at www.kingbeautiful1@booksy.com. My Instagram is King Beautiful and King Beautiful _hair guide. So one is my personal page, one is my business page. You can get me on Twitter as King Beautiful, Snapchat King Beautiful, and on Facebook Terrence Todd, which is my biological name.
Oh, you a Terrence too? Shout out to your Terrence with it. Yes, God, I live for you.
Thank you, baby. Thank you.
Boy says he wants to know where he can get that garden beaten backdrop that you got.
Say it again.
He wants to know where he can get that Garden of Eden backdrop that you have.
Actually, I ordered this from Amazon, but the roses I added in myself. But the actual green part comes from Amazon.
And you should definitely go into fashion. Because I live for your fashion, baby.
Either fashion or porn.
The fashion, and I live for it.
Fashion or porn. I'm going to say go with porn. I would buy the porn.
I would buy the porn. We all know.
Yes, I live for the porn too, baby.
Fashion or porn.
That's real shit.
I'm gonna exit out of the porn category.
You better not go nowhere. She gonna want to watch. Fuck what she talking about. She gonna want to see what we seeing. And I believe you got big dick energy, so I'm here for a Dior.
Period. Child, we got to go backstage. Let's go backstage, but we can talk a little more
I do
openly.
want to say I appreciate the chat for coming through. I apologize if I didn't get to all of your messages. I knew this one wasn't going to be as long as the rest because during the week it's busy. But I did want to give Dior an opportunity to come on again and speak his piece. Reese, thanks for jumping in the chat. All of the cast members from Chasing Dallas that came through. My husband, Wuda Lee, yes, God. I will be your wife.
I told
Carrie
you about
D, honey.
George.
I told you about Wuda.
Carrie D.
Oh,
We appreciate Carrie D. We appreciate you. Amber Cotton, thank you for moderating. Belize girl, we're
George was on as well. Don't
Carrie D.
George was on.
I told you
thank
about
you for coming through. Foy the artist, it's me D. Hermit TV junkie, Carrie D. I think I already said him 1,000 times.
I'll fuck the hell out of George.
KK, everybody, thank you guys so much for coming through. Even people we've been breathing life into that are supposed to be deceasioso right now. Yeah, thank you so much. And to the panel members, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to everybody. If you all can, real quick, I don't know if it's real quick enough, but throw a yes God in the chat so everybody can find you.
George, hit me up. I'm about to send it right now.
And giving you the real tea, say your Cash App again. Everybody show some love. It's his birthday, honey. Yes, God.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday, friend.
Thank you, bestie. My Cash App is RDawg, DAWG 30. Even though I'm 32.
What is it again?
Ara DAWG 30.
So does it stand for Raw Dog?
That's what
thank you to the Cats Meow for coming through.
I'm gonna give y'all that. I'm 32, but I'm still 30 because when I was in my 20s, I called niggas 30 old. So
Well,
me too.
I did too. I think everybody did that in their
Shout out to the Cats Meow, honey. Love you, honey. Thank you so much.
Cats Meow. I love him. If y'all don't follow him, please follow him. He does excellent reviews for not only Love and Hip Hop Miami, but also Chasing Dallas. Definitely.
I just finished his Atlanta review. He had me dying.
He had me dying.
I was dying. He's definitely one of a kind.
Me too.
I shot him out one of my last ones.
All right, guys. You guys put your yes gods in the chat.
Yes.
No, because they don't listen.
Wait a minute.
George, everybody there.
Listen, George. I throw my drawers at you, and that's real shit. I would throw my drawers at you. You can have every last bit of my asshole that you want.
Y'all need to have that.
I only went off of what I saw. But God knows one thing I always said was that you was fine as hell, and I would throw my drawers at you. I always said that. No matter what I said about you, I would definitely throw my drawers at you. So you ain't got that to worry about, baby.
Scott,
you and that damn Scott. I wish I had hair right now. I just
what's your best friend doing?
And I give you my life. I live for George.
Get you,
yes, bitch. I just wanted to get at George because he said that in the chat.
No, you're good, baby. All right, guys. So this is going to be it for us for right now. Stay tuned. Again, we'll be having Reese on sometime this week, and we'll get the TTT.
Make sure I'm here for this one because I missed the last one with him.
I really wish StreamYard allowed more.
Yeah, me too.
They do if you pay for it.
You gotta pay for it.
When I inquired about it, it said only 6 though. Because I was interested in upgrading, but even it said still 6 though.
Me too. I'm not gonna lie. I saw the same thing. I was interested in buying it too.
Because I know I kept saying I'm not giving them bitches my money, but I was like, damn. If it's
okay, right?
Really, because she could show you how to do it.
Okay, I probably will because I want to do the reunion, all of us together, including the Cats in the Air. I would love to have a collaboration. I know y'all girls like to talk about the fashions. I'll talk about the trauma. Okay.
I talk about the trauma too. I don't give a damn about the fashions like that.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I'm not here for the fashions.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Guest Bitch TV again. Every reviews, thank you so much, boo. L Teddy 27 official, yes, God, giving you the real tea. It's his birthday, honey. Yes, God. Make sure you guys love y'all. Scotty,
Thank
Mr. Still
you.
Standing, I appreciate you for coming through, boo. King Dior, yes, God, we are gonna go backstage, guys, and chop it up real quick. Yeah, because I gotta go to work tonight, honey. Again, love everybody. You guys have a good day. Night. Shit.